All right, our last question on our Countdown Series 1, page 1, question 7. Which input-output table below shows an additive pattern? Now, remember from fourth grade, all input-output tables have to follow a rule, right? But we need to figure out what the rule is. Now, we may not have heard this word additive pattern before, but we know what the word add means, correct? So this is just going to be a rule that involves addition. So let's look at each of our input-output tables they have given and figure out the rule for each of them. So if we're going from 7 to 14, we're either adding 7 or multiplying by 2. And we know it's addition or multiplication because our numbers are getting bigger, right? Now, I can't add 8 plus 7 to get 16. So, but I do know it can be times 2. 9 times 2 is 18, and 10 times 2 is 20. So our rule here is times 2. But we're looking for an additive pattern, not a multiplication pattern or multiplicative pattern. So A cannot be our rule. So let's move on. 3 and 9. So I know I can add 6 to 3 to get 9, or I can multiply 3 to get 9. So let's keep going. 4 plus 6 is 10, so that can't be our rule, but 4 times 3 is 12. 5 times 3 is 15. 6 times 3 is 18. So we know our rule here is times 3. But once again, we're looking for a rule with adding, not a rule with multiplication. So let's try our next one. I know our number's getting bigger. I know 5 plus 5 equals 10, but I also know 5 times 2 equals 10. So 6 plus 5 equals 11, but 6 times 2 is 12. So I'm going to keep with my plus. So if I do 7 plus 5, that equals 12. 8 plus 5 is 13. So I know my rule here is plus 5. And we're looking for an additive pattern, so this might be our answer. But let's look at our last option. 12 and 48. Well, it's getting bigger, so once again, it has to be adding or multiplying. So if I'm adding, let's see what I would have to add 36 to get 48, or I could multiply by 4. So let's see if I do 13 plus 36, that would give me 49. That's not that answer. But let's see if I do 13 times 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 52, okay, times 4. Let's check our next one. 14 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Drop my 6 here by 1. 56. Yep, once again, that works. And let's try our last one. 15 times 4 is 20. 60. So we know our rule here is times 4. But we're looking for an additive pattern, so our answer here is B, because our rule for that input-output table is input plus 5 equals output.